Yeah, so hello guys, welcome. This is your TIT Guru B, and I'm here today with another edition or another episode of SQL injection, and we covered that in the first video. So this is part 2 of SQL injection. So in case you have not watched the first one, you can check the WeChat channel, you can check the YouTube channel. You can also check our Facebook page. The name is TIT, Your Needs. So you check Facebook for TIT, Your Needs. You also check WeChat for TIT. You can check YouTube for TIT. And you're going to see all of the previous videos that we did. But now this challenge, it's more about SQL injection that we discussed in the first one. So today we have this site. I'm having a course this semester, and my professor recommended this site, and he said we should try to do all of these challenges or all of these levels and see if we can be able to break through the system. So for my task today, I thought it was to also do a video of whatever I'm doing in school and in other places to really show you how things are done. So we're going to use this website by redtiger.labs.overthewire.org. You can check it out. It's not my own thing, it's somebody else's site. You can check it out and be able to give yourself some tough time and see if you can break through all of these levels. And there are a couple of guys right here, a couple of hackers that have already break through. Okay, there are a couple of hackers that already break through these things. Like you can see on level 1, we have roughly about 17,000 hackers that have already passed this level. So there are a lot of people trying every day. You can try it as well. So fast forward, let's move into level 1 and see what we can do with it. So let's move into level 1 and see what's the task for level 1. And also I have here this website from W3 Schools. I'm sure many of you are familiar with this site. And it's the session I'm on is on SQL. So there are going to be some other things that we need to know. If we're talking about using SQL injection, we have to know what is SQL. We have to know commands or statements that we can use to be able to manipulate our way around different things. As a disclaimer, the information you gather from here should be used or is strictly intended for learning purpose and not for you to go and harm somebody's system. It's not for you to go and break through somebody's system, just for learning purpose. So that's the disclaimer, and we don't owe anyone anything if you go and do something wrong to somebody else's system. Use it only for learning purpose. So here, like I said, the SQL operation, which is called the union one, is used to basically combine like two different select statements. So that's what we use SQL union for. We also have SQL select, and I think I did a video of SQL, introduction to SQL, and I also have it on my channel. You can check it as well and get familiar with some SQL commands. Or better still, you can visit this website, W3 Schools, and see how you can make your way around. So here we are. Let me try to zoom in this page a little bit. So here we are. We are here to level 1. And on a level 1, we have some information that we need to read to first understand our task. So they say, let's start with a simple injection. And they give us our target. Our target is to get the login for the user Honux. So this is the username, or this is the user that we trying to actually get information about. And we have a hint here, and this hint saying that you really need one, OMG, and then there is a little kind of a smile or emoji, something here that have a facial look. So we know it's something like representing an animal or something. We also have our table name, and this table name is called level 1 users. And moving forward, we have category, but this category have a clickable one. So we see what is into that, and it says this category do not exist. And we have username, we have password, which we don't know for now. So if I click on one, but before clicking on one, notice the URL here. It ends with level1.php. Okay, so when I click on one, let's see what happens. So let me zoom out a little bit. I click on one, and then you see here there's a new parameter called cat equals 1, right? So cat equals 1, a new parameter cat was introduced, and here you can see this cat is cool and cats are sweet and meow or something like that. So these are all of the informations we have so far. Now how can we get specifically the password for this user that is given to us? So what we want to do right now is to move on, and the first thing we want to do is to know this entire database that holds the username and password, how many columns do this database or do this table have. So we have the table name here. We want to know how many columns this table has. So in our URL, we can try to manipulate our way around using this union statement that I talk about. You can learn more about union statement and select statement and all of the other statements. So we're going to say, let's know the number of columns that we have in this table. So we use the union and say union select, because we can consider the cat equal 1, and then the next command I'm going to type as two different select statements. So the union in between is trying to combine it and give us something very useful. So we are going to assume to test to see how many columns in this table. Let's say 4, 5, and then we can say from. They give us the table name from level 1 underscore users. Okay, from level 1 underscore users. So that's the information they give us. I'm going to press enter, and let's see what happens. Now also get this category does not exist. So that means the columns that we specify, column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is either the column is lesser or is more. So let's try to move one step back, make it 4 columns, and then I'm going to enter again, and let's see what happens. So you have to keep manipulating, you have to keep trying different things. And now here we go, bingo. We know that we have we can use column 3 and 4. So we have 4 columns in this table. So we have 4 columns, but the columns that we can use to manipulate our way around with the username and the password is column 3 and column 4. So that's the information right here. Column 3 and column 4, we can use it to make our way around and see what we can do. So now let's see what next. So since we can use column 3 and column 4, we now have to do something right here. And I think is we want to now say, okay, let's change column 3 and column 4 with username and password. So we say column 3 will be username, and then column 4 will be password. Okay. Yep. So it depends. Maybe in the person that was creating the database, they have this first column that say password, and then the next column that say username. But it's not obvious for somebody to, creating a document or a spreadsheet and put the password before the username. It's usually the username before the password. So we're trying to go with that instant. But in case you try and it's not working, you can try to switch it and put the password first before the username. So I'm going to enter right here, and let's see what happened next. Let's hope that we get something. Let's hope with my internet. It is the site. Let's hope that we get something from here. So we are using column 3 and column 4 to make our way around this system. What's up, my guy? Okay, so something. What's up? You're taking too much time. Then I refresh this, reload this page. You know why it's taking much of the time. Yeah, but you can keep manipulating your way around, like changing the column numbers to see which column is going to present to you. And also, since it gave you column 3 and column 4, and that's where you're looking for username and password, then that means maybe the first one, column 3, will be username. The second one, column 4, will be password. So that way you can go around using that. So let's redo. I have to refresh this page. I'm going to retype this command. Okay, I'm going to retype it now to see. Using the same union select. Let's select column 1, column 2, column 3 now going to be username. Column 4 is going to be password, and then we can say from this table name level 1 underscore users. Okay, so let's see what happened. Let's see what happened. Bingo. So here you can see it gave us the username and password. This same name is the name as we can see here from the target it gave us. So this is the username, this is the password. So let me try to type in the username, HORNOXE, and then the password is going to be that was easy, and then I enter. Let's see what happened next. Let's see what happened next. Bingo. So here we go. I've made it, and then I've been granted access now to this system. Yep, so I've made it. Level 1 has been bricked. I'm already into the system. So you see, on the next video, we're going to do level 2. Level 2 is something that we discussed in the first video that I did. So when I go to this one, it's going to move me into level 2. Like, keep moving until maybe level 10. But we're going to cover level 2 in the next video, not to keep this one very long. And level 2 is basically to bypass the login, the username and password. In the previous one, they gave us the username, but not the password. But in this one now, we don't have the username, we don't know the password. We only have the target is to log in to the system, and then the condition is a hint. That means we need to use a conditional statement into username and also into password so that we can be able to break the system. So we can use some kind of a conditional SQL statement to get a username and password even though we don't know what it is. So we're going to cover that on the next video. That is part 3 of SQL injection. I hope you learned something from this session, and I'm going to be all day and every day. Thank you so much.